The battle for Middle-earth 2, The Rise of the Witch King, takes place in the 3,000 years that passes between the Battle of the Last Alliance and when Gandalf returns to the Shire and realizes that Bilbo Baggins, the Hobbit, is in possession of the One Ring. The films essentially cut between those two scenes, and so many non-Lord of the Rings enthusiasts don't realize that a lot happened between that time. At the end of the Battle of the Last Alliance, Sauron gets his hand chopped off and loses the ring. The men pick the ring up, and Isildur has the opportunity right there on the slopes of Mount Doom to throw the ring into the fires and eliminate evil once and for all. But he gets greedy, decides to keep the ring and take it back with him to his kingdom of Arnor. On his way back, he gets ambushed by orcs, tries to escape by jumping into a river. He gets killed, the ring drops to the bottom of the river and gets lost. More than 1,000 years passes with just complete peace in Middle-earth until evil things begin to move and spread and multiply once more. Orcs start to emerge out of the Misty Mountains and attack the dwarves. The Nazguls reappear, and one Nazgul, known only as the Witch King, emerges as their leader. And what he does is he establishes a huge kingdom in the land of Angmar and gathers a gigantic army and wages a war that lasts over 500 years against one of the greatest kingdoms of men, Arnor. The Rise of the Witch King will allow the player to command the rise of evil in Middle-earth. We are really teeing off on that core compulsion of letting people be the bad guy, and they will represent the Witch King as he destroys one of the greatest kingdoms of men of all time. The design of the Angmar faction is very strong. There are very different types of units that can be employed in very interesting and creative strategies. For example, we have a Thrallmaster unit. The fiction of The Rise of the Witch King revolves around the Witch King coming to this land of Angmar and forcing its inhabitants under his heel. That notion is embodied by the Thrallmaster in that he can run around the battlefield by himself and then at any point on the fly summon any element of the combat chain. Another very exciting and innovative new unit in the Rise of the Witch King expansion pack is the Sorcerer. The Sorcerer has the ability to cast magical spells, but he needs the souls of his acolytes in order to do so. So he runs around the battlefield followed by 6 or 7 acolytes, and each time he comes to cast a spell, he will literally consume the soul of a certain number of his acolytes depending on the power of the spell in order to cast it. What that does is it introduces this very interesting risk versus reward dynamic where the sorcerer's acolytes serve as his currency to be able to cast spells, but they're also his protection in case he gets attacked by another melee unit. The Rise of the Witch King is going to offer something for everybody. Basically, your favorite feature in the Battle for Middle-earth 2 will be improved in some way in the Rise of the Witch King. War of the Ring is going to be greatly improved. We're going to add the notion of army persistence, for example. So when you build an army in RTS mode, you'll actually be able to carry them out and use them in the world map. We are redefining the way siege warfare works to make it much more fun and much more relevant. Another feature that we're really focusing on in the Rise of the Witch King is the Create a Hero feature. We are going to add a whole new troll class that will take some of the trolls from the Angmar faction as well as other trolls you see in the game and allow the player to use and create their hero. We are going to improve the hero creation system in a way that will add a lot of strategic depth to the way you create your hero, as well as balance the feature greatly. So one of the biggest complaints about Create a Hero was that a lot of the heroes were overpowered compared to the other heroes in the game. Well, this new system that we're implementing will fix that. The Lord of the Rings, The Battle for 2, The Rise of the Witch King is scheduled for release on the PC in Holiday 2006.